Well, hello guys, welcome back. I'm not sure who's doing it because I couldn't get a good beat on which god did it, but please again, I swear I'm not losing my mind. I try to be very logical with stuff, and every time something happens, I don't go, "Oh, it's one of the gods." Um, I had events happen today that I tried to logically track back to the source. Like the cats kept getting triggered today, and I thought either it's low battery, which it didn't seem to be, or they have been said that they can interact with certain electronic equipment. They can set that off, or that it can set them off. So I thought maybe every so often it could have been electronic equipment, but then I'm thinking that doesn't really, it's not really making sense. And we had a power outage, and I'm thinking, well, it's summer, we had a power outage, no big surprise. But all this stuff happened at certain times when I was going to go make a video. Either I was in no shape to make a video physically because I didn't wake up feeling too good, or something just happened. And I decided, okay, I'm going to watch some creepypastas today because the harder I tried, the worse it got, and the worse it got, I was like getting like all coiled up in a knot, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. And to top things off, I thought it would be Odin Day. And Odin didn't really seem interested in Odin Day. Another god seemed interested in having that god's day, and I really didn't want to deal with that god today because I wanted to still be with Odin for today. By the time I switched gears to the other god, that god seemed disinterested in walking away because I said, there's something about your energy lately, like the last 6 months or so that I've known you, you're just scaring me. I said, I appreciate you have all these sides to you, but I said, you're getting genuinely scary. Now, it didn't help that to calm down, I watch creepypastas because it actually relaxes me, and I think the art's really pretty, and I'm like, I played like some scary games because I'm like, this is actually like kind of soothing. Like, there's a difference between creepypasta or horror game scared and this kind of scared. This is like kind of dark, kind of menacing energy, not like an evil entity. It's just a pathway of this particular god. And I said, I love you and you're more than welcome to be here, but just know that, like, right now, I'm really not comfortable with your energy. Well, the more creepypasta and the more scary games, the more excited they got, and the more those cats were going off at random. And we were one SCP demo away from the cats walking around the house going, ow, 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 and they don't walk. So I was like, okay, somebody's getting way too excited. Somebody's energy is fluctuating. And I do try to be logical. I went outside and I made sure nothing was hitting the power lines. And I was like, well, it's summer. You have power outages. And I try to logically track back every time those cats activated, but at least a couple of them, someone was trying to get my attention. And I said, well, whoever's getting my attention, let me know if it's, who it is. And vaguely stuff from this god would come up, but then more strongly, Odin would come through. And we all know Odin has three aspects, even though I have yet to hear. Ooh, there goes the green light. I think my house is possessed. And I've had the electricity checked multiple times. There's nothing bad with the wiring before you suggest that. And if that went off for Odin, I'm trying to think of like logically. I'm like watching it now. It's been fine all day, but it just caught my eye. This is why we never get anything done in this house. I'm wondering if I'm experiencing an aspect of Odin that people usually don't experience, but it's passing himself, sorry, off as another god, and it's just for this particular god to like horror genre and creepypastas and fear. He's capable, but it seems a little out of his wheelhouse. He has had times in the past. Again, if this is actually that particular god I'm thinking of, I'm dealing with, of frightening me. But this is more like, oh boy, she's listening to scary stories and she's playing these scary games. I'm going to take advantage and I'm going to, whew. And it's not Loki. It's not Loki. Loki will do the jump scare and then be like, ah, you just see the look on your face. Oh my God, it's so funny. This is, oh, I'm enjoying this stalking, menacing energy is what I'm enjoying. And I'm like, okay, good thing the old lady has a good ticker so far. And it's been a little menacing, and that was during the daylight. Now I'm still listening to creepypastas because I don't learn. And I've been looking at, a couple titles like 99 cent, under, or free. So, it's been surreal, and I've been trying to test my discernment to make sure it's even Odin I'm communicating with, because some of the advice lately, like, oh, well, that title's on sale for 49 cents, you should get it. I'm like, is that something Odin would actually say? Would Odin actually care? So I'm trying to go through and check my discernment on things, because I'm like, I don't want to get back into the habit of, buying a bunch of titles and then you play it once and you're like, and you throw it on the pile. We got 3 free games today. And I said, I'm always going to see another video game I like. And even though these are only 99 cent titles, or, 49 cent titles, I do try to put the brakes on, because you have to pay taxes on top of that stuff too. So it's weird, because I think as God's feeding off that energy too, because you count every penny, and I'm like, well, I have this much of a budget left for the month, and I can't see Odin being like, well, 49 cents here, a dollar there. Though sometimes, I think the gods are like, they'll encourage you to see what you'll do, but I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of puzzled. I'm fluxum, because I have enough food in the house for like the rest of the month. So it's not like I have to do something, you know, like these games will break me and I'll be starving and coming on saying I haven't eaten for 3 days. And like I said, we're talking about 99 cent title or 49 cent title, but it's been weird, and I think that God stalking up on me has been a lot and rattling my cage. But this God in particular is enjoying this and enjoying frightening me. And I said, this is why we stopped working together in the past, because I used to wake up at random times at night, and in that third eye thing, I would see the god, and the god's back would be to me, and the god would be wearing dove gray, which doesn't make sense because it's not a color I've ever seen associated with them. And they would have their back to me. And I thought, is it maybe another god from that pantheon that I'm confusing for this god, or is it a different god entirely? But they wear dove gray, and it's this kind of dove gray cowl that like flows to the ground and sometimes has multiple layers in the back, like a duster or something. And they'll usually have their back to me. And I think I've seen this god before, but I'm starting to think it's not the god they've always identified as, unless that god scares people in his off time. I don't think it's Phobos or anything, but he certainly likes to put a good scare into people. So I don't know. I don't know which god it is, but I'm keeping an eye on him. And before you shriek that's a demon or something, that's Christianization of the old gods of the desert and elsewhere. They think all of our gods are demons, so calm down. I respect people's beliefs, but you also have to respect mine on this channel. Keep that in mind. I hear meow. And I asked Loki, I said, if it's you or Odin doing this stalking stuff, that's fine, but it's getting a little intense. And he's like, so whoever he is, he likes scaring people. I'm starting to think it's not who I think it is. It's not who he says he is. And I don't know if he's hearing weird stuff outside. I don't know if he's wearing that identity as a mask because this god would scare people, or what it is, but he does enjoy scaring people, and it was just like when the random times I woke up and felt his presence in the room, or like in the third eye saw him, and he's always been facing away from me. That struck such fear into me as I've never known before. And we usually don't talk about stuff like that, but this god has scared the living daylights out of me before. I don't know who he is. I don't think he is who he says he is. I don't think he's a bad presence. He's a scary presence. Loki can do scary. Odin can. Yeah, I like when the light's agreeing with me. I sound nuts. I know. Loki can do scary. Odin can do scary. This is to a whole other level. Obviously, this god doesn't mean me any harm, but at the same time, he enjoys a good fright. Other people too. So there you go. So I'm sorry I haven't made stuff all day. I was like trying to run a scientific test. I'm like, is this house just old? Is me moving around activating stuff? In some cases, I think I could have wrote it down to that, but there were a few times that I couldn't pinpoint what activated them, and sometimes I'd just be sitting here, guys, passively watching YouTube or, doing Pinterest, and all three would go off and go, meow. And I would turn around and I'd look at them, and they're faced in three different directions. So I'm like, what would have, tripped all three sensors? Was there a fluctuation or what's going on? So I don't know. I'm having fun. I don't think I'll have electronics ever in this house again because I'm afraid they're going to come alive at night now and kill me. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.